Hi, I'm Sheila Walsh, Program Coordinator of the Radio Humber Diploma Program here at Humber College. Welcome to On the Radio, a webisode feature where we speak with industry experts and Humber alumni on all things radio. Today I speak with Mocha Frap. Today we are being joined in the RBD Speaker Series by the one, the only Mocha Frap from KISS 92.5. Let's give him a warm welcome.
Thank you, everybody.
I have to remember I'm actually holding this. We have to go back and forth. So Mocha joined us today from the Roz and Mocha show. Of course, Roz being a Humber alum. Damn it, Maury being a Radio Humber alum. How come we didn't have you? You went to Seneca.
I think maybe you didn't accept my application.
Good answer.
That's what it was.
Well, we'll make you an honorary alum. Thanks for coming in today. Now, let's start by early on. You told the class that at age 16 that you knew you wanted to be in radio. What sealed the deal for you?
I was just so passionate about music, and I loved everything about CHR music and hip hop and R&B, and I knew that that's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to be the guy on the radio providing that music for the people listening.
Initially, you thought you were going to be behind the scenes, just kind of spinning, but not necessarily on the air. Obviously, that took a turn for you.
Yeah. It wasn't until when I was when I got into college that announcing was was a really big passion. And before I went into my second year of college, I interned for a radio station in New York. And I was always hanging out in the on-air studio, and I was like, oh man, these guys are having a lot of fun. So eventually that's kind of like when I knew I really wanted to be on the air.
That's kind of cool because Roz did the same thing, right? He interned with the Stern show.
He interned with Howard Stern, yeah. Yeah.
So you had that in common early on when you were, focusing your chemistry on each other. Now let's take a kind of a journey with you. You told the class that the classmate at Seneca helped you get your first gig at KISS behind the scenes. Then you went to KISS overnights. Then you went to Calgary, back to KISS, to Kitchener, back to KISS. Yeah. So I want to expand on a few things there. So let's first talk about the importance of classmates and what you said, don't burn bridges and be nice to everybody.
I could name, every single radio station in the country. I've probably worked with at least one person at any of those stations at some point in my career, whether it was Toronto or Calgary or Kitchener. But yeah, and those people that are working at any of those stations may have worked with somebody else that knows you or is working with you or has worked with you. So it's very intertwined, the radio business. Everybody knows everybody.
Very small. Okay, so point two, embellishing the truth a little bit. You went in, you had a 3-hour session, and then you said, yep, I can do it, when you really weren't probably technically able. But how important was that, though?
Because I just wanted that job so bad, and I just wanted to be working for that radio station. Because, when you're in school, when I was in school, they always said, don't bank on getting your first radio gig in a major market. Don't think that you're gonna just magically work at a radio station in Toronto. And I still to this day feel just extremely fortunate that opportunity presented itself, and I kind of maneuvered my way in there. The timing of it was just so perfect because, some of my other classmates at Seneca, they had to travel across the country, and some of them are still there. And you kind of got to work your way up before you get back to Toronto. But
it was the right thing to kind of do.
Yeah, at that time, I felt like it was the right thing to do, to lie.
It's not the first time I've actually heard of it, so proceed with caution, but, sometimes it works out. Okay.
I didn't kill anyone, so, nobody got hurt.
Another point you brought up was, you started behind the scenes, but you didn't let that pigeonhole you. You knew what you wanted to be on the air. You were relentless. Yeah. You let the program director know, and she, at the time, air-checked you.
Yeah, she air-checked me, and once a month, I would meet with her and work on all the things that she told me to work on, and still produce the morning show, and still made the time to go in and just do mock shows and fake shows and try to perfect everything that she asked me to do. So it was a lot of behind the scenes determination to get the job done.
So determination being the key factor there. Relocation and persevering. You said you didn't quite like the Calgary weather environment, but they probably never knew that.
Yeah, no, well, no, I don't think they knew. Actually, maybe they did. I think I probably talked about it a lot with them, but sometimes you just got to go, you have to go where the job is, right? The job was in Calgary. I had to pack up and go. The job was in Kitchener. I had to pack up and go and leave. My entire life is and always has been in Toronto. So those times you have to make a decision, and it's like, do you want to stay in Toronto or stay in whatever city you're in and hope that it works out, or are you gonna try to get closer to that goal by venturing out and going somewhere else, and then hopefully come back, right?
I really thought the technique you have with Roz that you mentioned was really cool. How you guys basically stay mum until you turn the mic on, and then you're really getting an honest reaction on each other. Was that something you determined early on?
You know what? We did not talk about that at all. Like, it just happened. It was it's so weird. Like the way our show works. People ask us all the time, like, how does it work? And I still don't know. Like, we just know each other's personalities really, really well. We know what's going to set the other person off, or we know what the other person's going to be interested in, and we just know each other. That not a lot of dialogue goes into a break right before we go on the air. Like, we just know each other, and we know what's going to work. And if it doesn't work, you move on.
Clearly it works. Yeah. So Roz is your work wife. You have a real wife. Congratulations. You're newly married.
Roz is my work wife. Maury is like... Your work child. Damn it, Maury is like work child / jealous side piece. Like, wants to be the work wife, but he's like cool with being the side piece, but just needs a little bit more attention. Right? I think he's called me like 4 times already since I've been here. Oh my gosh. I told him that I was coming here. Like, chill.
So your real wife, your life wife, you were talking, this is the last point because we have to wrap this up, but you were talking about how, you've connected with her and she understands what she signed up for, because this is a really crazy industry, crazy hours. Talk a little bit about how you knew that was going to work and she understands where you're coming from and going to.
Well, she was working HR for our company. So that's like a big no-no. So we kept that on the DL for a while. But no, she's worked with her profession as well. She's worked with media folks. So she understands and she knows. And, again, I've been fortunate enough that I've been working the exact same hours for the past 6 years. Or 5.5 years. So she knew right when we met that these are the hours that I work, and I need to take a nap in the afternoon, and I need to go to bed at a certain time. So she was totally understanding and totally cool with everything, and she supports me so much. And I just, I knew that was the woman for me, for sure.
Good. That's good. And did you have a nice honeymoon? Where'd you go?
Turks and Caicos. It was the bomb.
Very good. Well, thank you again for coming in today. I guess it's almost nap time. You said you have your afternoon nap. Yep. And we hope that you realize your dream and meet Jay-Z one day and get to interview him.
Oh, man. Again, if you were to tell me that I got to meet Jay-Z tomorrow, I'd throw up right here on this desk.
I think we need to start some kind of campaign to get that happening, right? For sure.
That would be amazing.
Mocha Frap from Kiss 92.5, everybody. Thank you. Thanks a lot.